This is another poetic libretto, and I have to give thanks to Marvin Lewis Dorsey for the idea. This is The Fake News by me, Jim Babwwe. The Brea Car Pits, east of Los Angeles, south of Pomona, north of Huntington Beach, hundreds of miles west of New Jersey, New York, and Oklahoma, ambitious archaeologists discovered an undisclosed number of well-preserved cars in Brea, California. Workers used hammers and hacksaws to gently dismantle their treasures. Grad students studied the cars and the individual mechanical parts. Undergrad students followed instructions as they cataloged and saved every part in special jars. Everyone there at the dig site wanted the cars to live forever. And here's an actual manufactured photograph of the Brea Car Pits in Brea, California. And that is a Dodge double wide or a triple wide. I forget which one that is. Missing headlights. Two archaeologists right there. Submarine mystery. And this is based on an actual landmark in Encinitas. There are two apartment buildings that have been built in the shape of boats on 3rd Street. So that's the real part. Submarine mystery. Cooperating with the United States Navy, the California Highway Patrol impounded a Russian submarine discovered under 3 feet of dirt not far from City Hall. The crew was missing. Torpedoes were missing. Missiles were missing. All the food was gone. Nothing about the situation made any kind of sense, but less than a week later, a drowsy commuter phoned 911 as soon as he noticed a pile of Russian uniforms on the mayor's front lawn. When asked how he knew the uniforms were Russian uniforms, the drowsy commuter refused to answer and requested a lawyer. And here's the picture of the Russian submarine discovered under the boathouses of Encinitas, California. Spelling bee win streak. Professional educators attended a special symposium to discuss possible reasons why students from Xavi M School won their 17th consecutive spelling bee championship. Many in attendance accused Xavi M students of cheating, but had no evidence to support their claims. State and district administrators plan to meet and talk about ways to level the playing field. According to 2 whistleblowers, this meeting was held at a local bar, and those in attendance agreed on a plan to disqualify Xavi M students on the first day of next year's competition. And when you take a look at the actual name of the school, you'll see why the students were probably good spellers. Xavi M Elementary School. Difficult to pronounce the whole name. Home of the Mighty Rocks. Large letter leaves, Mel becomes L. San Diego, California. Less than 24 hours after a new downtown hotel sign was installed by workers, a sudden gust of wind dislodged the letter M, which fell several hundred feet and shattered on the sidewalk below. No injuries were reported. Hotel owner Melvin Cortez, whose twin brother owns the Hotel Del Coronado, told reporters he does not plan to replace the letter. And this is how the Hotel Mel became the El Cortez Hotel. The large M fell to the sidewalk below. No one was injured. Pink flamingo takes flight. Tired of the static lawn ornament roll, a local pink flamingo took flight yesterday, signaling the beginning of a possible revolt which could have significant consequences for owners of artificial metal and plastic fictional life forms. In an emergency advisory notice, city officials reminded citizens that the flight of this flamingo might not be an isolated incident. Owners of similar metal and plastic pink flamingos should stay alert to any changes in behavior, including angry chirping, disobedience, the flapping of wings, a suddenly surly attitude, unreasonable demands, refusal to cooperate, failure to follow instructions, problems at school, unseemly new friendships, radical changes in clothing and general appearance, including lack of attention to personal hygiene. And there's the evidence right there. Catalina Island in the back. Grassroots group grabs PD loot. 3 days after the fiasco, City Council voted to defund police, peaceful protesters toppled statues of Herb Villachez and Bob Keeshan before setting fire to the Fiasco bowling alley and 8 of the 10 stores at the Fiasco Outlet Center. In downtown Fiasco, the same peaceful protesters entered the abandoned police station to relocate and repurpose the remaining contents of the building. One member of the grassroots group explained that their actions would guarantee the sustainability of mindful enforcement policies and practices. No arrests were made. There's what was left of the Fiasco PD. Advertisement. Cozy rustic abode. New on the market, this cozy rustic abode has original oak floors, updated stainless steel kitchen appliances, and 2 highly sought after antique wood burning stoves. What's not to like about great schools and a Southern California dream home nestled within a rare natural landscape with views to forever? It's all about location, location, location in this exclusive neighborhood just steps away from easy access to restaurants and shopping, where you will find a walkable, sustainable, family-friendly, park-like atmosphere protected by a state-of-the-art 24/7, 365 security system with all the bells and whistles you'd expect to find in a safe, gated community. It's a buyer's market, so get pre-qualified today while interest rates remain low. Price below market value, $995, $550. Dodgers release Bozo. In an abrupt ending to a bold experiment, the Dodgers tendered an unconditional release to Bozo the Clown. A club representative cited the clown's subpar baseball skills and his annoying laughter to justify the move, but denied the foolishness of the initial signing. At his own press conference, Bozo refused to answer questions, but did utter several knock-knock jokes while making balloon animals for reporters and observers. Several reporters used ink pens to pop the balloons. Editorial. An elephant in the room is not a bull in a china shop. Contrary to views expressed in a letter to the editor dated January 7th, an elephant in the room is not a bull in a china shop. While it is true that some elephants are bull elephants, an elephant in the room seldom behaves in the manner of a bovine bull. An elephant in the room attempts to maintain invisibility, but eventually fails when his presence becomes obvious. A bull in a china shop crashes through windows and doors, shows no regard for expensive furniture, destroys costly dinnerware, and similar to the narrator of a Nick Lowe ballad, loves the sound of breaking glass. There he is, an elephant in the room. Okay. Constitutional crisis, candidates incarcerated. Chaos ensued Monday after all presidential candidates were arrested and jailed less than a week prior to the upcoming election. Secret Service agents assigned to protective details were also jailed. An unnamed FISA court judge provided the following explanation of this unprecedented action. Unpaid parking tickets display contempt for the United States justice system. The law is the law. So guess who's the boss now, bitches? It ain't you, babe. No, no, no. Picture was blurred. He doesn't want his identity revealed. Feature story, wallet of the rich and famous. On the outer side of a blue plastic door, cool ocean stirred awake as sunlight peeked through crags in shadowed sandstone bluffs. Here on the inside, darkness could not hide what my flashlight revealed atop stenchy stuff below. I fetched an old coat hanger from my car an extended metal wire to hook soggy leather from the malodorous pit. I found Chopra's wallet in an outhouse at the beach. I used an old coat hanger to fish for what my hands alone could not quite reach. Never fortunate enough to win the lottery, never blessed with anything resembling massive monetary luck, I smiled when I removed the contents. $47. I found Chopra's wallet in an outhouse at the beach. I used an old coat hanger to fish for what my hands alone could not quite reach. Doom. As predicted by several psychics, astrologers, former charlatans, soothsayers, witch doctors, a 5-year-old child from Wyoming, 3 cable network newsreaders, and 2 well-known celebrities, the end of the world happened yesterday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Protesting their lack of inclusion as members of the prophetic group, one man at an Inglewood liquor store and a Girl Scout mom who was selling cookies outside the Cerritos Target complained about their lack of recognition and cited systemic racism as the reason for their exclusion. The 2 excluded individuals reached out-of-court settlements, and the only available details were learned when both expressed contentment regarding their lifetime free passes to all Major League Baseball games. Contact. The first public appearance of extraterrestrial beings transpired in surprising fashion yesterday at an undisclosed secure location. Several members of the press were invited and transported to the place in windowless vehicles. GPS devices, including cell phones, were confiscated prior to boarding and returned later that same day. No questions were allowed, and the interplanetary visitors provided terse, somewhat cryptic remarks to prove they had been observing life on Earth for many years. Transcript appears below. Snap out of it. We're alive. We're alive. And you can't handle the truth. We're ready for our close-ups. We know we're not in Kansas. We don't need no stinking badges. We'll be back. Mystery meet. A scandalous rendezvous at the Wigwam Motel offended more vegans than officials could estimate. Both vehicles arrived early. Both vehicles stayed late. Both companies expressed embarrassment. Both companies admitted the meeting would be detrimental to their reputations because it was obvious that neither driver met at the place for the purpose of official company business. Neither company admitted the rendezvous included salacious relations. Both companies advised the public to avoid the temptations of unseemly imagination. And there it is, the Wigwam Motel, the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, and the Spammobile. Evidence outside of some seedy behavior. Exit on the other side. My grandfather died on Thanksgiving Day, 1966. Returning to school the following Monday worsened at first when Mrs. Sweeter wrote our writing assignment with yellow chalk on the green chalkboard. Write at least 1.5 pages to describe what you enjoyed about Thanksgiving Day. I responded with ridiculous fiction. I wrote about a food fight at the dinner table. Everyone enjoyed throwing cranberry sauce and mashed potatoes and marshmallow yams and macaroni salad and corn and turkey with gravy all over the inside of the house. For dessert, we all walked out to the backyard where one at a time, we climbed a 25-foot ladder and cannonballed from the diving board into a giant pumpkin pie. Mrs. Sweeter told me my story was funny. She asked if she could read it to the class. When she did, they laughed. Other teachers read my story to their classes. Those kids laughed too. Sometimes silly stuff shows us how to find an exit on the other side of sadness. And that's all she wrote. Thank you very much.